Hello everyone, I'm Karina Gantus, writer and author. I'm going to be reading a small excerpt from Destiny's Plan, a historical romance written by Victoria Saccenti. Raquelita, I'm so sick of that pathetic face. Take this, Mama said, waving a tissue. Raquelita took it in silence as she dabbed her eyes. Her attention returned to the activity in the room. The travelling frenzy had slowed, and the evening light filtered through the windows, splashing a curious tint on the distressed walls. Outside, tired golden raids had dimmed into hues of rose and light fuchsia, foreshadowing what waited ahead, a dark, lonely road. As if on cue, a green light from Gate 5 blinked. Bus 5570 was docking. Her fate had arrived. 30 yards from Raquelita, the transport opened its doors and a crowd of people dashed in all directions like crazed ants. A lone soldier considered disembarking, but at the last minute opted to stay, enjoying the silence before the next array of whimpering children, admonishing parents and grumpy passengers boarded. He needed peace from the memories of his mocking caption under his yearbook photo. Matthew J. Buchanan, Honour Society, football star, most likely to succeed. He should have enrolled in college to earn a student deferment. Instead, he allowed his youthful passions to overwhelm his judgment, delay his decision while he mooned after Kathy like a lovesick puppy. And now he was paying the price. Any other man his age would have been terrified by such a cavalier throw of the dice. 1,000 scrambled to dodge military service, any way possible, but Matthew suffered no such fear. He was raised to believe serving his country was an honourable duty and a source of pride, and when the selective service called, he enlisted, and Kathy dumped him. She expected a stellar life with a successful career man, a power broker, shaker and mover, not a military man or a rancher. In her opinion, hesitation equalled worthlessness. Matthew Buchanan was found lacking. His last recollection of Kathy Mills had been a lengthy tirade. "How do you let the scholarship offer run out, Matthew? Well, don't think I'm going to sit there waiting for you." Thumps and shuffling of feet from the brooding brought him back to the present, staring at a man built like a linebacker blocking the aisle. Luckily the man spotted an empty seat from the one beside Matthew, and with the congruous lightness of a ballet dancer twirled and sat down. His immensity now gone, the passage was clear to reveal 3 beautiful females. A mother, her 2 daughters who were waiting patiently. The youngest almost made him laugh in her short-sleeved blouse, plaid Bermuda shorts, summer sandals, and she shuffled along in a happy pre-adolescence innocence. A pace behind, the other young woman walked with hunched shoulders and a hesitant step. He couldn't discern her features, but her pale yellow sundress highlighted the golden colour of her skin and her mahogany ponytail. The mother was a handsome woman, yet her features were distorted by a deep scowl as she scanned the length of the aisle in search of seats. Other than the empty seat beside him, there was only one vacant row at the back, and the bus would be full. When the woman reached the row, the mother murmured to the oldest daughter's ear. The young woman nodded, and for a second or two she barely moved, but then she took a decisive step forward, stood under the cone of his reading light, and her face emerged out of the shadows. Through a veil of dark lashes, a wondrous pair of caramel irises gleamed at him. It was a 3-way punch. Belly, solar plexus and lungs. Matthew was suddenly mute. "Is his seat taken?" Her melodious words jolted him out of his stupor, and he jumped to his feet. "No, ma'am, the seat is available." In seconds, Matthew had removed his hat, his duffel bag to the overhead rack. Raquelita couldn't help but smile at the soldier's diligence. Apparently he wasn't fast enough for Mama, who grumbled impatiently. "Ah, Mama," Raquelita huffed, jerked her shoulder and cringed, expecting Mama's barrage of incentives to follow. To her surprise, none came. Her mother must have been distracted because she mumbled something and prodded Marita onward to the back of the bus. All her life, Raquelita had feared provoking Mama's anger. Somehow, with this exciting prospect of sitting next to this attractive stranger, she'd forgotten caution. Perhaps when she crossed the boundaries of the ranch, a benevolent magic had loosened some of her instilled reserve. It is possible. The real world was about adventure and discovery, and she was ready to leave shyness, hesitation, and doubt behind. Thank you for listening. I hope you go and buy the epic historical romance, Destiny's Plan, available on Kindle and on Amazon and Smashwords, and also as a paperback. Thank you for listening. Until next time, bye bye.